Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm here in Keystone, South Dakota, a place with almost exactly zero black people.
Well,
And I'm here with my beautiful wife, Alicia. How you doing today, babe?
well, now it has two black people now,
Yes,
so we don't have to worry about it.
the black population of Keystone went up by what 100% today.
Well, we're here in Keystone because there's a half marathon, the Mount Rushmore half marathon, and so there are some black people here running this marathon, half
Oh, that's
marathon.
right. We did see some black people at the
hmm
thing getting ready for the race.
But it's not a lot of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
but
so
it's
what's
okay.
what's going on, everybody? Put your B1 in the chat. This is Pillow Talk with Dr. Boyce and Alicia, but we're not against the pillow. We're actually sitting and we're waiting for our food. But we had a question we wanted to ask you, and put your B1 in the chat. Let us know what city you're coming from. Everybody say hi to us as you come in, and we'll say hi back. And I see B Brown and Kingdom Girl, ATL, Wadia, Jonathan Williams, Karen, Yvette Dorsey. Good to see you. All right. So here's a question. All right. So how many of you saw where Tiffany Haddish, I guess, mentioned that she would rather have, if Common were, I guess she's dating Common or something. I don't know.
hmm
That if she were to marry Common, she'd rather have him give her like a condo as opposed to a ring. What do you think about that, babe?
Yeah, well, initially I'm thinking, okay, that makes sense coming from a lady who was once homeless, living in her car.
Ooh, that's heavy.
I mean, a ring, what's that gonna do? You
You
know,
can't live in a ring.
she want she wants something that she don't ever want to go back to that. That's what that tells me.
Damn, that is so. You just like pretty much in one sentence,
hmm
I think, did the whole damn podcast.
No, there's still more to untangle, but I appreciate the compliment,
That's
boys.
really good. I'm really impressed with your intelligence. You're a smart black lady. I think
Well,
smart
I
black women are
appreciate that.
sexy.
Oh, well, aren't you smart?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you smart for saying that? Yeah, it
so,
takes one to know one, boys.
so what do y'all think? So everybody, let's do a quick straw poll. Ring or condo? Which would you rather have? And I'm really curious to see what the ladies have to say. If you're talking about proposing, let's say you had to make a choice, right? And I think that
hmm
that's another part of the conversation we haven't got to yet. But let's say you had to make a choice and you could choose, and the guys can vote too, in terms of what you think would make the most sense: a ring or a condo. Okay,
What are
Karen,
people
Karen Yvette
saying?
Dorsey says ring.
Yeah, she
Okay,
want a ring.
your wife is as smart as you are, Doc, says Brian. Yes, she is. She's probably smarter. Tanisha says condo.
Some people want a condo.
Okay, Robin says condo. Robin's my mama's name. Robin David. My son's name's David. My mama's name's Robin. So
Look at
Robin
that.
David, you're our favorite person today. Angie says condo. April says debt free condo. That's what I'm talking about. Kimberly Pinson condo. Kingdom Girl ATL says
A lot of
condo.
people are saying condo.
Yeah,
What?
Zena said ring. Zena said ring.
Yeah, they want ring. But you know, boys, you gave me both.
I did
You
right,
gave me a ring and a condo. I
but
appreciate that.
now let's think about that though, right?
hmm
We had the condo before I got the ring.
No, wait a minute. No, it wasn't.
Yes, we did.
We were already engaged. What?
No, we
Yes, we
were
were.
we engaged when we got that place.
Yes, we were engaged when we got the condo.
Oh, that's
That's right.
right. That's right.
So you gave me both.
Yeah, but
But we gave it to each other, but still.
yeah. Well, let me say this. First of all, let me say this about Tiffany Haddish. A lot of people don't know this, and
hmm
I ain't gonna lie. I used to give Tiffany Haddish a hard time for all that cooning she does in Hollywood. I ain't gonna lie, and I still do. I still think sometimes I'm just like, come on, Tiffany, really? But let me tell you something about Tiffany Haddish that where I have to give credit where it's due. Like if I'm gonna be hard on somebody, I gotta be honest when they do things right. Tiffany Haddish is a huge fan of Powernomics.
She is. That's right.
Did you know that? She flew to Dr. Claude Anderson's house to talk to him after she found out about Powernomics. And Dr. Anderson said, he said, yeah, Charlotte, your friend Charlemagne came to visit me, and I said, yeah, Charlemagne, yeah, on the Breakfast Club, yeah, he's a good guy. And then and he bought this lady, her name was Sadish. I said, you mean Tiffany Haddish? He said, yeah. And then he said, check this out. He said, is she famous? And I said, yeah. And he said, really? I said, yeah. I said, here's how I got him to get it. I said, she's kind of like where Red Fox was 50 years ago. And he got that instantly. He instantly like, oh, Red Fox.
Oh gosh.
So to keep it 100, I think that Tiffany's thinking relates to the fact that she appreciates powernomics. So maybe there's more beneath the surface. I can't say I approve of everything I see, but I have to give it credit where it's due. So anyway,
So
so
she's okay in our book, right?
well, I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and co-sign on everything anybody. No matter who it is, Charlamagne, even Charlamagne. I can't co-sign on everything I've seen. But then again, can you co-sign on anybody? I mean, most of the people that are listening right now probably can't co-sign on everything I do.
Yeah, but if you put yourself in their shoes, you understand why they say and do the things that they say and do.
That's true.
So
perhaps. Well, I wouldn't want to be out in Hollywood though. Hollywood's a pretty debaucherous place. So okay, so it looks to me like a lot of the people in here would rather have the condo. But you know what's interesting? Here's the thing. I don't think it has to be either or.
Well,
Right.
of course.
Right. So it's not an either or question anyway, right? It's more like how do you balance the two? And my thought on engagement rings is this. I read the history on diamonds and and just this whole idea where you watch a diamond commercial and they say a man should spend 2 months salary. And I remember I added up 2 months salary. I said, "Man, fuck y'all! I'm not gonna spend 2 months salary." This is back when I had a salary before I had my own business. I remember for me 2 months salary at that time was like 20 grand, and I was like, "I'm not spending $20,000 on a ring. If I can't buy you a $5,000 diamond and have you feel happy that I proposed to you, then I'm not gonna marry you." I mean, that wouldn't apply to you. I mean, I'd give you anything, but think about it. There's a reason why I chose a woman who you didn't. I could have got you a $20 ring from Walmart, right? And you'd have been happy. I don't know. Am I right or am I just
no? You of course you're right.
Shit up?
But I've been there, done that already. So that's part of that. So I know. Here's the thing. I know that the size of the ring has nothing to do with the quality of the marriage. Like, what would you rather?
Of the ring. It's the motion of the ocean.
It's not the size. It's the motion in the ocean. So I mean, I focus more on who's giving me. Someone could be giving me a 10-carat diamond ring, and I don't want to marry them just because of the ring, and I don't want to not marry somebody just because of the ring. Like,
yeah. Like I would definitely say, like, if I was talking to a guy, and I'm a traditionalist, I believe it's the man's job to go buy the ring. I can't relate to these videos of women getting on a knee and proposing and bringing the ring. I just don't think that's and I don't think you can. I don't think that's the way you were raised, right? Yeah, but I would say to a guy, look, if she's insisting that you buy her expensive stuff, the only way I would go for that is if you have so much money that expensive stuff is not a big deal to you. But if it strains you financially, but seriously though, like there's some guys who just have it. Like if you're cracking 100 grand a month, you don't care about buying somebody something that's $3,000-$4,000 or 10, 5, 10 or whatever. You just do it. But if it really stresses you out, that to me is a signal of who you're marrying and what you're dealing with.
Well, I mean, it's interesting today because I got us this hotel.
Yeah.
That's far away from the race.
Oh, you pay for everything.
I did, but the thing is that we had to find a local. We had to find a local hotel, and it is not what I'm used to.
Oh, that's right. You got a little spoiled.
I don't like seedy places. I like for places to really seriously. Like I want it to look. I like nice accommodations when I go places. Yeah. But we got to rough it a little bit because of where we are. Like we're in the middle of South Dakota, and that's just how it is out here. So we just I just have to suck it up. But I'm having a hard time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, by the way, guys, we're in Keystone, and there's like these little chimes going off in the background.
Oh yeah.
Give us a yes if you can hear us. Okay. Let me know if you can hear us loud and clear, and I know if you can't, if you're having a hard time hearing us, we might move to a different location. So just give me a yes. Let me know you can hear us. So here's the thing. What's interesting about diamonds is I did research on that whole nonsense about needing to spend 2 months' salary on a diamond. And what I found in my research was that in the 1950s and 60s, they did a campaign called "Diamonds Are Forever."
Yes,
and they even immortalized it with a song. Well, they immortalized it with a song and put it in a James Bond movie. But before that, they just ran the campaign. Diamonds are forever, forever, forever. Diamonds are forever. So everybody got to the point where what they did was a lot of times when people are selling products, they're not selling products; they're selling a feeling. So what they said was, we want people to believe that a diamond is a symbol of love. And as you mentioned, the number one of the top ways to program the subconscious mind is through symbolism, right? And also repetition, right? So you repeatedly tell people that diamonds are a symbol of love. That if he loves you, he will buy you that rock. If he don't love you, he won't. If he doesn't buy you the rock, that means he don't love you.
And it's a way of showing off. I kind of have an issue with people who like try to show off like that.
Oh, I hate that. I think that's the most gaudy shit ever.
And it's wait, did you put that post up when they're like, it's a picture of somebody with real fancy clothes on, and underneath it was poor, and then it was another person next to them with like a raggedy pair of jeans and a shirt, and like there's like rich, So yeah, it doesn't. Your outer whatever doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Like I really, though I think maybe it's because of the stage I'm at in my life, but I really have empathy. I have a little empathy or sympathy for people that feel like they have to go out of their way to show other people how wealthy they are. It shows me that maybe deep down, and maybe you could break it down because you're more the therapist, but it seems like you've got something inside of you that's feeling maybe in inadequacy, maybe an unhealthy level of competition with other people. Like I don't ever feel this need to show like why the hell I care if my car is better than yours.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, because have you ever seen those people who grew up in poverty? They struggled a lot, and then they get a little money when they get older, and they'll have like a ring on every finger. I'm like, do you really need 4 rings on each hand? Like, and then but it's not like I'm talking bad about them or anything. It's just that I understand where that comes from. It's just having a lack and being around this consumer driven, place that we're in, where people are advertising to you and making you feel you have to have this to be good, to be happy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, and going back to that question of the ring versus the condo, first of all, if when I was single, I would have preferred to marry a woman who, if even who would stop me if I went and said, "Oh, baby, I love you. I'm gonna buy you this $40,000 ring," and let's say we have no property and no savings. I would want to be with a woman who would say, "What are you doing? Like, no, don't do. Let's take that ring back, and we're gonna do something that's gonna give ourselves financial security." Because that's the problem that you have is a lot of people get married and they go so deep in debt just to get married and for the ring and all that, that they're still in debt when they get to the divorce.
Well, yes. I had actually, there's a couple I worked with, and that happened. They didn't last. And and it can happen. I've seen it happen. It didn't last, and they still hadn't paid off the ring. They hadn't paid off the wedding. Hadn't even been paid off. And
then it's like, who's gonna pay it off? We ain't even together anymore. So I might be like, well, I'm not gonna pay it. You pay it.
And then when you offer them premarital counseling, I offer people premarital counseling all the time. They don't take it. And it's not even cost that much money. I don't think my services cost that much. But they'd rather invest in the wedding.
Ooh,
They
wow.
won't even invest in their actual marriage. What is that going to look like after you're done walking down the aisle?
Well, let me tell you, I would almost say, just as a financial guy, a marriage is, it's like investing in any other asset or any other business. Like the more because I haven't been married that long, but I've been thinking about it for a long time, and we were engaged for a while and all that. We had the whole pandemic to think about it, and that's the more I'm seeing it, the more I think about it, the more I think that you can actually compare it to, like, if you go buy a restaurant. If you go buy a restaurant, you got to invest in that restaurant to make sure the food is good, the quality is high, that you run the damn thing right. If you go buy some property, take care of that damn property. So any asset you invest in, and your marriage is an asset. So if you take care of the asset properly, it can make your life better. If you do not take care of the asset properly, like it's being run into the ground, then it's going to be very harmful to you, right, financially. And that's how I see my marriage. I see it as like something where it's like, okay, I made this massive investment in this gigantic business called Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia, this marriage we have, this family we have. So I got to do maintenance on that damn thing. I got to check in on my relationship with the kids, study how to run my household properly, talk to the therapist to make sure my shit is all together so I don't nut up and do something stupid that's going to be destructive to other people.
So maybe Tiffany Haddish should say, buy me a condo and buy me premarital counseling. How about that?
Boom.
Marital counseling. Okay, couples counseling in a condo.
Yeah.
Counseling in a condo. That's what y'all need.
Counseling in the
That's
condo.
it.
But still, I think there's still
Yeah.
room to get that bling. Like I think that one thing that we got to get away from too.
Well, do that first
What?
before you get a bling.
Yeah.
Right.
Counseling, condo, then you can get your
Then
bling.
the rest of the stuff.
Eat your healthy food before you eat your dessert. The ring is your dessert, right? And so to me, if you want to ball out and get like a really nice ring, do that after you know you own some property, because that's the other thing too. Black people, a lot of black families have no net worth at all, and if you have no net worth, you ain't got no damn business spending your last on a consumer item. You can put your energy into that marriage. Boys, don't be mad at me. Don't be making me agree with Tiffany Haddish.
Well, I mean, look, Rich. Who's that? Rich DePont. Look, nobody can be all bad and all good. I think we got to get out of that.
That's
it's
true.
just like, I mean, I don't care for her movies, and some of her stand up is okay, but some of it is funny. But that doesn't mean she's 100% wrong. Everything they do is wrong. Like,
but that's true. I think we got to get out of that black and white, and I've been guilty of that. Because some of that stuff I've seen with Tiffany Haddish has really pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. Some of it's really like, it's right there in that
Cardi, goes hard,
in that Cardi B, Lizzo, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Just but the thing is, it's like you got to give credit where it's due. It's like when Nicki Minaj was, speaking.
Shout out to Nicki Minaj.
Pretty eloquently in terms of defending people's right to think about their choices. Like Nicki wasn't saying don't get the shot. Nicki was saying think about it, be careful. And
they ridiculed her just for telling people to think.
Oh, they beat Nicki up bad.
She got it bad.
Nicki went hard back though. She like what was it? Black Dot's son say, 10 toes down.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. She really, she really stood up for herself and used her platform in a way that I think was very empowering, and I have no problem. Like Nicki did so good, I would invite her to the All Black National Convention if she wanted to come.
No, she can't.
It would be kind of weird though. It would be very weird. She comes with so much baggage.
She does, but the thing is, you have to allow people to evolve and develop. So maybe
that is true.
Maybe one day she'll rise up to the level of being invited by the Boyce Watkins. What?
Well.
What? What do you mean, Boyce? People were so honored to be invited to this convention. I'm so honored to be speaking. Come on.
Well, I'm honored that you're speaking, and I'm honored by everybody that accepted the invitation. And and one of the big things about the convention is I realized that there's not any large-scale event where Black people get together and work together to solve problems, that relate to the things that matter to those who have a Black nationalist mindset, a B1 mindset, Black first, like not just the economic problem, but all the things that stem from the economic problem, the political issues, the social issues, the family development issues, the therapy issues, all that. So we've got about 40 experts that are coming, and it's at the end of October in Orlando. So allblacknationalconvention.com if you want to check it out. Shout out to everybody that's coming down. Let's see here. Dr. Watkins is a ring of European symbolism. Probably. I mean,
what is symbolism?
Well, if you look at the whole diamond industry, it's controlled by about like 8 white people in South Africa.
Oh, and it's exploitive, and we saw that movie.
Well, you saw Beyonce and Jay-Z got a hard time because they were wearing those blood diamonds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they didn't know it. They didn't know it though. I mean, I don't think you could be hard on them, but it did become kind of a blow up, and I think that they had to acknowledge that.
Yeah, they did. It's freezing cold.
Well, anyway, guys, we're about to bounce on out. So I think the verdict is, was it? You said counseling, condo,
then everything, then bling,
and then the bling. Go get the bling after you get the counseling and the condo. So if you do, so I'm not here to tell anybody to get married or not get married. I don't believe in that, but I am telling you that if you do it, invest in it. Don't make it a do-it-yourselfer. Like that's where people go wrong, I think. There's a lot of tools out here to help you get along with other people, and you got to learn those tools, because if you can't get along with other people, it's going to mess up everything else you got going on. Like if you ever want to see somebody fail at everything and have their whole life fall apart, go talk to somebody that's in a really terrible relationship. People in really terrible relationships have a really hard time doing anything because you're so caught up in the stress of arguing with somebody every day. So just having somebody give you the tools to learn how to talk to that person next to you in a way that isn't going to lead to a blow up, that clears your schedule so you can do other things. So just keep that in mind, like invest in your relationships, just like you invest in your stocks. All right, so hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button, allblacknationalconvention.com, so you can go to learn about the convention. And also, I should share my wife's information. If you want to go take a look or follow her on social media, you can go to Coaching with Dr. Alicia, coachingwithdralicia.com, or Coaching with Dr. Alicia on Instagram. You can find her there. And then also anybody that lives in the Baltimore area or wants to just fly into Baltimore, I'll be in Baltimore next week. So you can actually go to, drboycebaltimore.com if you'd like to join us. So I'm out of here. You want to say goodbye?
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
All right. Have a good day.
Okay.
Peace.